Okay, guys, so in the last presidential debate, Trump had said something that has just annoyed people on a ridiculous level. Let's see what that is, and I will tell you what I think about it.
Well, Chris, I am on record as saying that we need to put more money into the Social Security Trust Fund. That's part of my commitment to raise taxes on the wealthy. My Social Security payroll contribution will go up, as will Donald's, assuming he can't figure out how to get out of it. But what we want to do is to replenish the Social Security Trust Fund by making sure that we...
Oh, he called her a nasty woman for being nasty. Oh, that's horrible. What a monster. Look, guys, this particular incident doesn't matter too much, but I'll go over what I think about it. I think she took a jab at him, and he responded in a fair enough way. Do I think he could have not said anything at all, and that would have been better? Of course. But do I think his response was completely unjustified? No. She had taken a jab at him, and his response was, she obviously took a jab at him. What was he supposed to do? You know, it was either be smart or impulsive, and he chose impulsive, but he didn't rip her apart. He called her out on what she did. Not a big deal. Now, that being said, he should have said nothing. So let's get into something on a bigger scale that I think this particular incident highlights, is how people look at who should be president. As far as what things you should look at and what things you shouldn't look at, I'm just going to tell you my opinion. Because I think people put way too much emphasis on they said something mean or they are not a nice person. And whether you're going to vote for Trump or Hillary, that should not be a deciding factor. The fact is, this is about who's going to run our country. What is best for our country? Not our country, what is best for the people of our country? And if you're really honestly worried about that, or take that into consideration, then this little petty shit, going after people because of shit they've said as far as mean things, come on, guys. That's absolutely foolish. You know, and another big issue I have is people will hear something that someone else said and was like, oh, do you know what he said? But they won't actually go and find how they said it to make sure it wasn't taken out of context or, you know, and yeah, I'm talking about Trump because this doesn't generally happen with Hillary. But people will, you know, the thing I recommend to people to figure out what's actually going on with quotes is go and try and find footage or recordings of it, and then take it for what you will. And take your biases out of it. If someone's mean, then who cares? Unless the way they're being mean you think will actually affect their policies, the laws they try to bring into play, the way they run the country. If that affects that, fine. But if it doesn't, you really need to check what you're talking about or what you're feeling and try to take your feelings out of it, because this is for the good of our country, the people in our country. And if you're looking at it from like a playground level where you're gonna go, they were mean or that person's being a jerk, like I don't care. Like I said, Trump gets a lot of stuff taken out of context, and I think majority of it is complete BS. I don't think he's racist or sexist. And even if he was, I would have to stop and go, well, does this affect how he would run the country? And of course it would depend on severity, but yeah, if it leaned more towards he would damage something that way, or, you know, try to put laws in a place where women can't earn whatever, then yeah, that would be a problem. But do you really see that? Does anybody really see that? No, that's bullcrap. Look, no matter who you're voting for, I absolutely don't care. You can vote for Hillary, you can vote for Trump, one of the, you know, anybody you want. But I insist, check the facts. Check what you're listening to. Make sure your sources are not biased. Make sure you find the full clips. Even sources that like to show video clips won't show you the full clips sometimes, which is incredibly dishonest. And if you're aware of this and you're just not doing it, I mean, come on, guys. I personally think this is very important, and I would hope you guys do too. Whoever you vote for, but whoever you vote for, just make sure they're good for the country.